This is Aesthetically Trained, the podcast. Pushing you to year-on-year progression. With your host, Ross McKinley.
Yo, Ross McKinley, Aesthetically Trained, the podcast. A very, very special episode. When you think of Aesthetically Trained, you think of me shouting at the camera, saying you're a loud person, loud voices, getting men into the best shape. But when I think of Aesthetically Trained, I think of this fucker sat right next to us. He is, in my group, in my coaching programs, Mr. Aesthetically Trained, Duncan Smith.
Oosh. How you doing?
Welcome, mate. How are you?
Thank you. I'm really good, thank you. Really good. Good to be here, mate.
It's an honour for me. I'm really happy to have him on. So Duncan's here because this weekend we've got an event for all the lads within Aesthetically Trained, the lads in the inner circle, the 12-week transformation. My ongoing clients, we're having an event in Leeds, a training session, a drinking session, lots of sessioning. It's going to be a good weekend. So I thought, who better? People have messaged before and asked about, maybe getting someone who's been through my programs, one of the lads who understands the brand, the ethos, and kind of what we're trying to preach. And Duncan, on the YouTube, I'm going to put up some videos and some photos alongside this of both Duncan's transformation, which we're going to talk about during this, but also his commitment to the brand is fucking unmatched. This guy, you might not be able to see him here, he's got Aesthetically Trained socks on. He bought me and all the lads in the group Aesthetically Trained socks. He's got cargo pants, t-shirts,
hoodies.
It's fucking everything. It's class. It's exactly what I want. It makes us very, very proud to have people like Duncan involved. So, Duncan, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do, how did we meet?
Right. My name's Duncan Smith. I'm 44 years old. I'm from Leicester. I'm a flexographic printer by trade. And I first met Ross 2 years ago. And I started the 5-day fundamentals.
Yes, I remember that.
And that got me back into sort of my training because I've been a bit slack for a while. And then I joined the 28-day challenge.
Yeah.
And I've never looked back since.
You haven't?
No.
You haven't?
And yeah, I love it.
Brilliant.
Absolutely love it.
Duncan is, so in the group we'll have little awards, little challenges that we've been trying to do in the inner circle as we've tried to grow the back end of the program, or the ongoing coaching, if you like. I want Aesthetically Trained. As much as you watching this, if you don't work with us, you might think it's the 28-day challenge, it's hard and fast, but actually what we're about really is a band of brothers, if you like. I said a bit to you, it's like the fucking stonemasons. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone seems to know someone who can do something now within the group, and that's what it's about. It's about bringing men together to be better and to push each other on to something that we couldn't do. And for me, Duncan really personifies that, and not only through his own progression and photos since he's been working with us, and he's really lean now, looks mint for 44, but also his attitude with the other lads. And last year, and why I thought it was great for Duncan to come on the podcast, is that last year we had a vote at Christmas. We've done competitions within the group I mentioned before, and we had something called the Aesthetically Trained MVP, the most valuable player of the group, if you like. And this was the person who not necessarily was the strongest, the fittest, or the best transformation, but the person who the other lads in the group thought made their experience better, the person who they thought was positive, helped them, and just really added value to the group. And of course, it was this man. So tell me a little bit about that, mate, that attitude. Have you always been like that? Has it come on since you've been working with me? Is it just, how have you kind of...
I think I've always been the person that to help people.
Yeah.
I get enjoyment from seeing other people benefit and progress from if I can give them something. But I think what really did it for me was the 28-day challenge. Was the lads in that group were just so tight-knit.
Yes.
We were just encouraging everybody every single day. Everyone was posting their workouts and their times and their reps, and it was all like, oh yeah, we're going to beat that, we're going to beat that. And it was, like you said, it was like a brotherhood.
Yeah, it was.
It was all the lads in that group, and we were the first group to finish 100%.
You were January 20. Yeah. It was January 2020, wasn't it? Yeah. I can remember it well because it was when I moved to Switzerland, and that was when that was, and they were the first group to have 100% completion. Yeah. And then you've carried that on since, and I think that every morning he posts in the group, good morning to the lads.
Every day.
I think you've kind of become a bit of like the mother hen, if you like. Everyone in the group, if anyone's got a problem, Duncan knows what it is, and he's already spoken about it, and he's already helping me in the other lads. And obviously there's me, Lee and Connor, but we'll have, and that's what's, for me, makes us so happy and so proud of what we're doing, is that it's not just, people think to sign up to work with me, but I'm only one person. Like this brand, it's not Ross McKenley Fitness, and it never has been, because for me it's about more than that. It's about an attitude and mentality, and about the way that we do things, and the way that we help other people be more and be better. And I think that you've always grasped that. What were you like before, mate? What before you come to Aesthetically Trained? Now you look great, happy. Like we've mentioned what you like now, but what were you like before? Was it that you were lacking direction? Was it the knowledge? Where were you before? What were the challenges and difficulties that you had before you joined?
Before I joined, I wasn't really in a good place. I was struggling with some mental health issues, just a bit of depression. You know, I wasn't on medication or anything, but I just was low. I'd stopped training. My diet was poor. You know, I wasn't really sort of enjoying myself and, you know, and feeling good. So after I did the 5-day fundamentals, that sort of ticked something
Give you a
in
bit
there.
of a switch,
You know, get off your arse, Dunk, and get back into it. And I think I was probably about 14 stone. So I was well overweight.
And what are you now?
I'm 70 kilos dead now.
So you're about, what's that, 10? About 10 still?
10 and a half.
Maybe,
10 and
just
a half,
over,
I think.
I was working kilos, people. It's not that I didn't know it. I always working kilos. I always go off kilos. I'm new school, aren't I? But you have in your physique, the change in your physique as
massive.
As well as your mentality, the physique. And we'll put on the YouTube, we'll put up some photos of Duncan before he met us, and then Duncan now. And now you seem that you manage a really low body weight quite well. You're always very lean.
Well, I try to be.
You're always very lean, but you're managing it alongside a lifestyle. So you've got your wife, your kids. Talk a little bit about that. You've managed to, you certainly balanced that. To me, anyway, certainly you look like you balance the lifestyle well as well. You enjoy yourself still.
I think with like my work commitments, I changed jobs. Because I was desperately unhappy where I was. So I changed my job. That was a massive improvement. And, you know, just having that bit more quality time with my wife. We've been married for 21 years. And with my kids as well. My son's 12 and my daughter's 20. So there's a bit of a age gap there. It's quite good because you do different things with them to suit their ages. But definitely the work-life balance and the training has massively helped me get to where I am now. I think the commitment that I have now to my training and my diet is the best it's ever been. And I value it more now. I understand the importance of it and how much of an impact, not just physically but mentally, it has on not just me. I think everybody in the group. And I'm a better man for it, for sure.
Great. I think that's something that everyone always forgets, is that like if you want to be the best person you can be for the people around you, you need to look after yourself first.
Absolutely.
And I think sometimes that can come across as selfish if you don't word it right or explain it properly. But what it means is that for you to be the best person for your kids or for your wife, to have the best energy, fucking hell, the best libido, the best, however, whatever it is that for you is important in your values, if you don't look after yourself first and you don't train, you don't meditate, you don't, whether it's just, everyone's got different stuff that they need to do to keep themselves right. But if you don't do it, you know, you might think that you're saving some time effectively, but your quality of time is going to go down because then you're not as present, you're not enjoying the time as much, and you can't give as much of yourself to other people when you're with them. You want to be the best version you can be for those around you. And I think that's really, really good, mate. I would say for you across your journey, would you say what do you think's changed most? Do you think that it is that structure? Does the phrase discipline equals freedom? Do you think it's more that you've got a structure now, or do you think it's more the community like that supports you? Is it you? What would you say has changed?
I think definitely the structure. Definitely. Having that proper.
You love the training programs, don't you? He's always the right one for a training program. When I send him a new training program, he's always buzzing.
Having that sheet in front of you and actually going to the gym with some real purpose. And not just winging it. That's massively helped me. especially physique-wise.
Yeah.
You know, I found muscles I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
And again, the community as well, the lads in the group are just, they're always there.
Yeah.
They're the constant.
Yes, be the constant.
Always big each other up, always support each other.
Yeah.
And that's something, you know, you can't buy that.
No.
You know, and, you know, like we said, you know, everybody knows somebody who
Yes.
can do something for you.
Yeah. It's true.
But yeah, I think it's a combination of both the structure, the training, and the diet as well. A massive difference in mental focus for a start, because I could never concentrate on something.
Yeah.
But my diet was appalling.
Yeah.
So now I've got a better diet. I've got more free time as well, because I'm meal prepping and getting everything ready. I love doing that as well. I love my meal prep.
Yeah. I've seen the photos.
I think it's a combination of everything within the group, the training, the lads, the structure, that's brought me on leaps and bounds. You know,
Brilliant.
Everybody, my mates, my family, all noticed, you know, the change. You know, particularly like I say, the 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're massive.
That for me is always a big one, when maybe someone stops training, or even when it's going well, they might not necessarily have stopped. But I hear a lot of the time when I do the calls with the lads in a certain team that maybe it's their girlfriend or their partner or their friends at work notice that, like, oh, everyone at work's saying that I'm happier, or that I'm in better shape, or that I'm in a better mood, or equally sometimes when people do fall off the wagon, if you like, when it's sometimes that partner or the people close to them say, why have you stopped? Like, why have you stopped training? You need to get back into that group. You need to get back involved with Ross and with the lads, because that was giving you an outlet. I always think, for me, a lot of lads play football, and it's, you know, football and rugby and all these different sports, they've got some good points. But imagine taking the good points and the camaraderie of that and putting it online with even more like-minded people, and it's probably a little bit of a safer place as well, because you haven't got any cunts of people that you don't like. It's like you're effectively vetted before you even get into the inner circle or the 12 weeks. You can't just sign up to it. You have to have done the 28 days. And that's my way, me, Lee and Connor's way of checking that, is someone going to actually finish the 28-day challenge? Because if they don't finish the 28-day challenge, to us, that's a bit of a red flag right away. Then also, what's that attitude like during it? Have been someone that I want to have in my group and paying us for the next 6 months and work alongside. And me, obviously, yes, it's my business. I make money. That's the whole point of the business. But my main purpose, I believe, and I've said it before countless times, is to help as many people as I can, and particularly men, as egotistical as it sounds. I love the idea that, like, when I'm dying, I've helped like hundreds of people's lives. Sounds stupid, but it is. It's a big thing. That's a really big thing to me. I love the idea that people are like, oh, you've
makes you feel good.
It does. That's what I do it for more than anything else. Yes, like I say, it's a business, but that's my main purpose. What I love. And what I'm linking this to is that if I have a bit of a negative feeling about someone, and I'm a mega positive person, by the way, I'll give everyone a chance. But when I always judge it off, if I'm going to do a call with someone and I know they're going to talk shit, I know that I'm going to end up kicking them out of the group. And like, you know that in the past I've kicked people out of the group. I don't just let people stay forever. If they're not pulling their weight, if they're not actually enjoying it and adding value, if they're just digging people out. Someone says, I've done bench press today, I've done this, I've done 100 kilo, and someone's come in and I've done 120 and just fucking, you know, you've been to Tenerife, they've been to 11 Reef. I haven't got time for that. Like, the gym for me and the group, and what I used to think, when I left my gym years ago, I missed the crack. People used to come in the gym and I used to be like, right, I'm going to make them have a good day. Make them, and people used to try not to say hello, and I'd just be like, hello every day, and eventually they'd say hello, and I'd be like, how are you doing? And it's, for me, the gym is an opportunity to make your day better and be positive every day. And I think that the lads in the group grasp that, and for me, it's opportunities for everyone. Someone's having a bad day, you can pull someone up. When someone's having a good day, you can tell them to do a good and keep pushing them forward. And that's what it's about. We've managed to capture that online, if you like. And it's been brilliant. So it's a pleasure to actually be able to have Duncan on. And you can see with both when we talk about how happy it makes us, because it is something that I believe in, and not only that the lads believe in the group. And that's why today we've got people travelling from all over the country to come to this night out for it, to train with this afternoon, to have the night out, because it's something that we all believe in, which is very special. In terms of aesthetically trained, mate, I've touched on it there, linked in nicely. It's almost like I've done this podcast before, I know how to link these things. What do you enjoy the most? So I've talked about there about what it gives me, but what do you enjoy? Well,
I enjoy all of it. You know, like I said, the training was a big part for me, because I did stop training. And I lost that love for it. Do you know, I think you do have to have a bit of a passion.
Yeah.
And I'd lost that big time. So getting that passion back and getting that buzz from the training's massive. I don't think you get that from anything else.
No, I agree.
Pushing myself was another one. Is before I was just happy staying as I am, never having goals.
Exactly. Oh, I was big on goal setting. We're looking for goal setting. We're looking for quarters and we're goal setting what we're doing this quarter and stuff.
Not setting goals, that was a big improvement for me. So that, right, I'm going to do this. And the accountability as well is like, if I say to you in our call, right, Ross, I'm going to do this, this and this. You're going to hold me accountable if I don't do it.
Yes, 100%.
And that's another thing. That's the benefit of the group as well. Because the lads will, they'll pull you up if you're not.
That's what I say to everyone as well, particularly in the 28 days. My approach to the 28 days, I've got to be a bit of a cunt. That's just the way it is, isn't it? I have to be harsher with them, but it's because the lads have to earn the right to get to this stage. I always say to people, in the beginning, you don't need a friend, you need a coach. There'll be some times when you need a friend, and then if you get to this stage. Duncan's fucking sat here in my house. I went and met him from his hotel today. We're sat here having a talk together. You'll get to this stage if you put the time work in, but initially, everyone's got friends at home or friends around you. You've had too much flexibility in your life in the first place, and that's where you're at. What you need is a coach, and then from there, it develops, and you get to know someone more, and you know the personality, and then I can say, right, Duncan, just recently, Duncan's had an injury that's from years of work, isn't it, to do work-related stress injury, and we completely changed his program from the other week. But you've got to get to that level, and then you say, like you said, as a coach and as a friend, you say, do you know what, Duncan, maybe we shouldn't be having you doing this training that everyone else is doing. I'm gonna come up with something for you because that's what you need. What would you say, mate? I guess we'll talk about what you enjoy. What does it mean to you? Is that how can you put it into words? What would you say it means to you? If you are, how would you explain it to another bloke? If someone's listening or watching now and they're thinking, what is it? Should I join? What does it mean? What does it mean to you? And not sell it to them, but just explain it to them, because I think it's always me talking about it, and I'd like to hear your words on it.
Well, for a start, I have recommended people to
countless.
And what I always say to people is, you don't mess about as a coach.
No.
You don't mince your words.
No.
And it is the only place I think you're going to get that no bullshit attitude to the training. So it's absolutely impeccable training programs. They're all mint. I think I've done 6 now.
Yeah, you've done a few.
So the training's second to none, and the protein packs, the diet books.
Yes.
For the clients.
Yeah.
That is spot on. I've cooked pretty much most of the meals out of there now. The accountability where you get full support from everybody else in the group, yourself, Lee and Connor. If you want to get in shape, if you want to improve your mental health, your physical health, then you won't find a better program, because I know what it's done for me. And I know what it's done for a few of my friends as well. And they've been, all ages as well. They've been, like Eric in
Eric out in Kentucky. If you're watching Eric, what a legend.
Socks are on the way, mate. So I'd recommend it to anybody. If you want to get in the best shape of your life, and you want to get year-on-year progression.
It's in the name of the podcast. That's what it's all about, year-on-year progression.
Aesthetically trained.
Get it. And what would you say, mate, just as a closing to finish off, just in general, because I know that there is some women that listen as well, and there might be some men who think, it's not for me, they can't forever. But for you, what would be your one piece of advice that you could give people? What is it that we maybe do differently? Is it accountability? Is it true? Where does someone start? What do you want to, if you give the people listening, watching one piece of advice?
My advice would be, don't wait. Don't wait to take that leap. Just get on it. Get on board, and you're going to see the improvements. You can do the 28-day challenge. I think I got down to, about 68 kilos?
Yeah, you got very lean, very lean.
I mean, I got the leanest I have ever been in my life.
Yeah.
But
you had a good start. You had a half-decent start position then, didn't you?
Yeah. So get on it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Don't wait.
Do it. Legend. Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Absolute pleasure. I'm buzzing to get pissed with you tonight.
I'll get some food in first.
Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you drop a like, comment. Let us know what you thought of us having one of my members, clients, friends on the podcast. Let us know what you think. I hope that you enjoyed us talking to Duncan. Have a mint day.
You've been listening to Aesthetically Trained, the podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and spread the word.